Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, body calm. This is how we listen. This is how we listen. In class. In class. Ooh, I like the way lots of friends are sitting crisscross. Remember, you can sit crisscross or legs out.
I think crisscross way down.
Or legs out. You can, Laura. Give it a try. Isabel, fix your body so your eyes can see me. We are going to have Bible time next, and then it will be free choice. Guess what? Miss Mahan is videoing again for Liana. Wave to her.
Hi, Anna. Hi, Liana. Hi, Liana. Hi, Anna.
Liana.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hi, Liana.
Let's fix our bodies again and have your eyes watching. Guess what? Today, our Bible story is about Jesus again. We've been doing lots of stories about Jesus, but this time we're going to talk about him with a woman at a well.
What's a well?
I was going to ask you, does anyone know what a well is?
A well?
What's a well? Do you know, James?
Something where we get drinks.
Where you get drinks? Is that what you were going to say?
Yes, somewhere.
A well is like a really deep hole in the ground that has water in there. And you know what? In Bible times, they did not have sinks like we do. They had to get their water from rivers, if they were close to a river, or lakes, if they were close to a lake. And if they weren't close to those things, they had to get their water from a well, where the water was deep in a hole in the ground. So one day, Jesus was by a well, and he saw a woman there. This woman wasn't from Jerusalem. She was from a place called Samaria. Samaria. She was a Samaritan woman. And you know what? Lots of people didn't like the Samaritans. The disciples had gone into the city to buy food, and Jesus asked the woman to give him a drink. So you know what she would have done? To get a drink of water from the well, you'd have to make a bucket, go down with a rope into the well, and then make it come back up, pull it back up, and have the water in there. A bucket or a jar.
I thought we were just dive in there and splash water.
You think you could dive in and splash the water? So Jesus asked the woman to give me a drink, and you know what she said? She said, "How is it that you, a Jew, ask for a drink from me, a woman of Samaria?" Because the Jews usually didn't talk to the Samaritans. Jesus told her, "If you knew the gift of God and who this is that is saying to you, 'Give me a drink,' you would have asked him, and he would have given you living water." Living water.
What's that?
What is that? That's a good question. Let's keep reading and see if we can figure it out. Just wait. The woman said, "Sir, you have nothing to draw water with, and the well is deep. Where do you get that living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob? He gave us this well so we could get water from it, and the cows and all the livestock could." And Jesus said, "Everyone who drinks of the water that I give him, or everyone that drinks of this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him like a spring of water welling up into eternal life." The woman said, "Give me that water so I will not be thirsty, and I won't have to come here and get any more water." Do you think Jesus was talking about a real kind of water that makes us not be thirsty anymore? He wasn't. He was kind of talking about how whenever we follow him, we can have joy in following him, right? We don't have to worry about...
Just like the song you teach us
play that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, can't you make sure? Oh.
You know what? This woman said to him, "Give me this water so I won't be thirsty anymore." And Jesus said to her, "Go call your husband and come here." And she said, "I don't have a husband." And Jesus said, "You're right. You don't have a husband. And you've been making some other bad choices. You've been sinning." And he told her some of the sins that she had done. So she knew that he was God, because he could tell her everything she'd ever done. Let's see. So she knew that she knew that he was God, and so you know what she decided to do? She thought she needed to tell people that. She decided to go and tell other people, "Hey, come see this man. Tell me everything I ever did. He's got to be the Messiah. He's got to be God's son."
Messiah. What's a Messiah?
Messiah is like an anointed one, a king. And you know how Jesus ruled